Picture this. It's 2:17 a.m. The ceiling fan is the only calm thing in the room, and your brain is rewriting tomorrow like a disaster movie. You finally grab your phone, see a cute quote about "don't be anxious," and somehow feel more guilty, because you still are. Philippians 4 was not written for that fridge magnet moment. It was written by Paul in chains, to friends he loved, under real pressure. So treat this chapter like a toolkit for a hard week, not a scolding for having a human nervous system. It starts with people, because sometimes the loudest anxiety in your chest is actually a relationship that went sideways. Imagine two teammates who used to build something beautiful together. Now they can't sit in the same Slack channel without frost. I exhort Euodia and I exhort Syntyche to be of the same mind in the Lord. Paul doesn't say be identical. He says be loyal to Jesus together, even when your styles, opinions, and wounds disagree. And if you've been the silent third person in a group chat watching two friends freeze each other out, Paul says help them. Peacemaking is a job. Then Paul does something almost rude if you've had a brutal month. He tells Joy to show up anyway. Rejoice in the Lord always. Again I will say, rejoice. Not fake smile in the hospital waiting room, not pretend everything's fine on a Zoom call. Rejoice in the Lord, joy with an address. So when the medical portal loads, or the job email lands, you can still say, God, you are still my joy, even if this sentence is hard. Let your forbearance be known unto all men. The Lord is at hand. Picture the meeting where someone takes a jab at you, and every cell wants to fire back a paragraph that wins. Gentleness here is not being a doormat. It's strength that doesn't need the last word, because the Lord is near. Now the line everyone quotes, and almost nobody practices when the inbox is on fire. In nothing be anxious, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. Here's a modern parable. Your rent is due, your kid is sick, and your brain starts spinning what if like a broken refresh button. Paul doesn't say, shut the feeling off. He says, don't let anxiety be the only conversation partner. So you pray the ugly specific request. God, I need money by Friday. I'm scared, and thank you that you're already here. And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall guard your hearts and your thoughts in Christ Jesus. That peace is weird, in a good way. The spreadsheet still doesn't balance, but something in you stops free-falling, like a security guard at the door of your mind. Nope, that 3 a.m. catastrophe story doesn't get free access tonight. Then Paul goes after your mental diet, because peace doesn't survive on a junk food feed. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honorable, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of good report, if there be any virtue, and if there be any praise, think on these things. So if your evening ritual is doom-scrolling fights, comparing houses, and replaying that one insult, you're training your soul to stay tense. Flip the parable. Before bed, name 3 true things, 1 lovely thing, and 1 person you can bless tomorrow, and watch the room change. The things which ye both learned and received and heard and saw in me, these things do, and the God of peace shall be with you. Peace isn't only a feeling you wait for. It's a life you practice. Apologize. Keep your word. Show up. Shut the laptop. Pray again. Now Paul gets honest about money seasons, the raise month and the empty fridge month. Not that I speak in respect of want, for I have learned, in whatsoever state I am, therein to be content. Contentment isn't pretending the layoff didn't hurt. It's learning slowly. Christ is enough to stand on while I look for work. I know how to be abased, and I know also how to abound. In everything and in all things have I learned the secret, both to be filled and to be hungry, both to abound and to be in want. I can do all things in him that strengtheneth me. That verse is not a gym poster for crushing your goals. In context it's, I can face the empty fridge and the full table without losing Jesus as my center. And my God shall supply every need of yours, according to his riches and glory in Christ Jesus. Needs, not wish lists. The God who feeds you is richer than your hustle score and kinder than your panic. So tonight, if anxiety is loud, don't fake calm. Make the request known, ugly and specific with thanksgiving. If a relationship is frozen, take 1 peacemaking step. If your feed is junk, change the diet. If money is tight, practice contentment while you ask for daily bread. Open Philippians 4 in Elion, read it slow, and ask, where is anxiety trying to run my life like it owns the keys?